Okay. Sorry, I know it's been a minute. I'm sorry, I'm driving down the road. But we're going to talk about Jackson today, the Georgia Diagnostic Classification Prison. Obviously here in Georgia. Day one. Well, it starts in the jail. They came and got me about 2 a.m., 2 or 3 a.m., something like that. Told me to pack it up. Packed up all my stuff. I went to intake. Waited at intake forever. And then finally I looked and I saw the blue uniforms coming in. Because, you know, down there in the state prisons, they wear blue shirts and like these dark grayish, almost black sort of colored pants with a blue stripe down them. And seen them coming in with all the shackles and the chains, and I thought, well, I did it this time, didn't I? So it was me and like, I don't know, like 5, 6 other guys, maybe 10, I don't remember. It was a few. And they get us in there, you know, they put the belly chains on us, they put the leg shackles on us, they put the handcuffs, you know, they take your handcuffs and they attach those to the belly chains in front of, you know, in your waist there, so your hands are down in front of you like this, so you can't move. They put us on the van. We get on the van, we take off. We hit the interstate, we're riding down the road, and you know, they got the radio playing, and the whole time you're just thinking, my God, especially it being your very first time, you know, you're thinking, my God, what have I got myself into? What am I about to get into, and all this. Get down there, pull up, gigantic. Well, it's not like real big, like huge, like not real tall, but you just see razor wire everywhere, you know, and you see gates and guards, and Jackson does intake days, and they do them on Tuesdays and Thursdays, which means you ship out Monday night, Wednesday night, you know what I mean? Because you're gonna get there early in the morning on Tuesday or Thursday, and I believe I got there on a Tuesday. I can't remember. You have to hold on one second. I'm about to go to the car wash here, guys. Hold on. But so we get down there, and we're waiting, and
please wait while we verify.
Hold on one second. So we get down there, and we
you are now ready to enter.
They get us off the van.
Please
they take the shackles and everything off of us, you know. And then they say, you gotta, you know, give them your name. You have to yell it, because I gave him my name, and he said, what? I yelled it again, you know. So we go through that whole process there. And then they take you into this little room. And in this room is where you, let's see, you walk in, and they've got these red lines on the ground, okay? Sorry, the lighting's gonna get bad. I'm going through the car wash. So they got these red lines on the ground. They tell you to strip down butt naked, like literally butt naked. And you're in a room. Now, mind you, there's other intakes from jails and stuff coming in, you know. So you're in a room with like 50 other guys, 50, 60, maybe 100, like a lot, crammed in this little tiny room, standing on this red line, stripped down butt naked, okay? With all these other men. So you stand there, and they go person to person. They look you up and down. They look at your tattoos, make sure you're not gang affiliated, you know, all this stuff. And then they hand you this bottle of lice shampoo, and you have to put it all over your whole entire body. You got to put it on your head, your face, like everywhere. You cover yourself in this little bottle they give you. Then they usher you into the showers, and you go in there, and you're in the shower with like, I think there's like 8 shower heads. You go in there, and you're all in there together, and you have to wash it all off. And then you get it all washed off, and you come back out, and they hand you a towel. You get your towel, and they hand you a bag that has your boxers in it. Or no, I take that back. You're still in a towel, and you have to sit down and wait for your name to be called. And or no, I'm sorry. You go up there and you give them your name, and they ask you what size, you know, shirt you wear, what size shoe, blah blah blah. Then they hand you a net bag. Sorry, car wash. They hand you a net bag, and in that you got an extra towel, you got boxers, socks, And there they give you jumpsuits. So you put your boxers on, you put your socks on, you put your big white jumpsuit on, and then you sit down. All right. Then they're going to take you to the gym, and the gym has been converted into an intake area. So in the gym, you're going to go in there, you sit down, they're going to shave your head completely bald. Any facial hair you got, they're shaving it all off. No mustache, like everything, they shave everything off. And once you get everything shaved off, then they're going to take you to this place to where it's all still inside the gym. They're going to take you to this place where you sign a paper saying, yes, I'm scared to live in general population, or no, I don't have any enemies, blah, blah, blah. Pretty much, that's where you go to sign PC, which is protective custody. Then you're going to get issued a housing unit, and I honestly don't know how they choose. I think it's random. It feels like it's random. But they'll give you a wristband, and that wristband is a certain color. There's like yellow, red, I believe there's a green, I think there's a blue. You know, there's just all different colors, and each one of those colors means something different, means a different dorm that you're going to, and all that. So what they do is then they're going to bring you a pack out, because, you know, they want you, they got to feed you. And your pack out's going to be 2 sandwiches, an orange, a bag of chips, and I believe it's a milk from Rogers State Prison. When you're in the state prison system, you drink Rogers milk, which is a prison down south. It's a dairy farm where they make their own milk. Once you do it, now mind you, this whole process, I'm rushing through this. This whole process takes, oh my God, hours. Okay, you're in there for hours. So now you finally you get brought to your housing unit. They make you carry your own mattress, and these mattresses, mind you, are heavy as crap. But it's not too bad. So you're carrying your mattress, carrying this. They take you to your dorm. They call your name out when you get to the certain dorm. When your name's called, you go in there. You have a dorm officer in there, and that dorm officer is going to tell you where your assigned bunk or bed area is. You go in there and you get on that. And then when I got there, it was it was time to go to chow. They take the new intakes to chow, and you go in there, and let me tell you, the chow hall at Jackson, boy, it is completely different from anywhere else, because you're going to go in there, you're not allowed to talk, and you have a very, very limited amount of time to eat. And what it is, they set you down row by row, okay? And once all the rows get filled in, they start making the front row leave, second row leave, third row leave, fourth row. And so you have that amount of time. As soon as everybody sits, as soon as you sit down, you better start eating. If you don't start eating, you ain't going to get done with everything. And if it's chicken and rice day, well, be careful. We call that butts and guts. Be very careful eating that fast, because there's bones in there sometimes. More often than not, there's bones in there, and you can stab yourself, you can swallow the bones. It's crazy, man, the way they rush you through there. But no talking, and they're going to yell at you. And let me I can't stress this enough. They will yell at you like you are in basic training in the military. Like, they will treat you like shit. Now, remember this though. For newcomers, if you're going to Jackson, if you know you're going to prison, you know you're going to be going to Jackson. Well, if you go to prison, you are going to Jackson. There's no way around that. You're going to be there. I was there 18 days. You're going to be there long enough for classification, and they're going to send you to your regular prison. But remember this. They're going to scare you at Jackson, all right? They're going to put the fear of God in you. Don't let that scare you, because when you get to your other prisons, all that yelling and crap, that don't happen. It does every now and then, but very rarely. But so you go in there and boom, and then you eat, you get a shower. You got to figure out how the shower system works. Like, when I say that, I mean there's a system. There's a convict code in there about how you have to use the showers. You can only certain people at a time. You have to get in line, and by getting in line, that means taking your towel and soap dish and everything and setting it on this little wall. And whatever order those are in is what order you get in the shower. Because, yes, there's group showers in there with like 10 or 11 shower heads, but unless you're just gay, nobody goes by that. You normally do 2 people in the shower at a time, one on one side, one on the other. And you don't want to look at each other, because that's a sign of disrespect. You'll figure it out, though. You'll figure it out real quick. Just if you're going to prison for the first time, here's a word of advice: mind your own damn business. Okay, don't be like this. Don't be looking like, damn, what are they doing over there, dude? Fuck the hell with what they're doing over there. You worry about what you're doing. That's all you need to worry about is what you're doing. Don't get into all these schemes of bets and all that, especially not at Jackson. Get Jackson out your system. Once you get Jackson out your system, get to your regular camp, get comfortable, and then you can start all that stuff. Because I gambled like crazy, man. I love gambling in there, but I didn't do none of that shit at Jackson. Well, at Jackson, I'll tell you what I did do. My uncle told me, when you go, don't go to the store and don't try to hustle. Well, I did both, but I didn't have no problem. Because I was hustling salt. I was buying salt from a kitchen man and reselling it, because you don't have any salt or pepper or anything in the prison system, especially at Jackson. You don't get none of that. You can't even get, the Diagnostic inmates can't get ramen soups. You can't get none of that shit. So salt is a high commodity. And I sold a finger of salt for, I think it was a stamp or 2 stamps. I don't remember. I think it was a stamp. And yeah, he told me not to do that, and I went to the store too. But I didn't have any problems, you know. But I seen a bunch of shit happen down there. People getting robbed, people getting raped. Hell, one guy was just giving it up next to me that's a story for another time, though. But yeah, just mind your own damn business. Worry about yourself, and you shouldn't have any problems. You know, don't be a pushover. Do not let anybody extort you. If they do try to extort you, well, man, I really don't have much advice on that. Because, you can't help it. Somebody's going to get extorted in there. It's just going to happen. That's the way gangs work. Now, I was in a gang in there. I was affiliated with a gang when I was in there. We're not going to go into who that was, but it's not nothing racist. So it's not like Aryan Brotherhood, nothing like that. But I was in a gang in there, so that's why I didn't have any problems. And I've done some extorting myself and robbing and stuff, which I'm not proud of. You know, it's just in there. I'm a different person out here than I am in there. In there, like, you're gonna be like, this guy is a ruthless animal. This guy's crazy. Out here, like, this guy's a nice guy. But yeah, if you get extorted, man, I don't know. Because you know, I would say, well, sign PC and get out of there. But then you're gonna look like a little, pushover. You're gonna look like a little weakling. Whatever you do, don't tell the officers. If you tell the officers, then you're going to be labeled as a snitch, and then that's not going to work out good for you at all. The best thing to do, man, is get comfortable before you start going to the store. Learn everybody. Sit back and watch. That's what I did, man. Before I got affiliated, dude, I just sat back and watch. Now, when I say watch, I don't mean I'm staring at these people watching what they're doing. I'm just, nonchalantly just sitting back watching TV or something. But at the same time, my peripheral game and my knowledge of what's going on around me of all times was on point. So you just sit back and observe a little bit, and don't ask questions, about, hey, why are they doing this or why are they doing that, man? Just sit back and observe. You'll figure it out. And once you figure it out and get comfortable and you find people that you trust, there's not a lot of trusting people in there, but there are people to be trusted. There are good people in there. And I know it kind of sounds like an oxymoron, but there are. But you just sit back, observe, get comfortable. Don't get too comfortable. You are in prison. Always keep your guard up. But you'll figure it out, man. You'll get yourself in a routine. Once you get in that routine, man, for me, the time just went by quick. And I was in there 3.5 years. Well, 3 years and 4 months. But I would say don't join a gang, man, because I stayed in segregation. I stayed in the hole so many days and months out of my stay in prison because behind that. You're just going to get yourself in trouble and wind up doing the wrong things and things that you really aren't proud of. But I'm going to cut this video out, man. It's already at 15 minutes. I don't want to keep y'all too long. But if you have any more, questions or anything, just, comment and let me know, and I'll try to keep it up. If you enjoyed this video, smash that like button. Make sure you comment, and we'll go from there. You guys have a good one.